I promise you that it would be a mistake to miss this video. Although XRP Ripple coin is the center of attention right now, many investors are still unaware of the whole story. The greatest bullish indicator of all time is that top-secret information has been disclosed, and the Ripple v. SEC trial may soon reach a conclusive conclusion. The trial was just put on hold and not concluded, and now the time for the truth is drawing near. The price of XRP may possibly reach $15,000, 0 cents, according to some experts. Quite thrilling, isn't it? Immediately, let's get started. Disclaimer. There is a lot of conjecture in the XRP community, and new information indicates that Ripple's cryptocurrency might be about to undergo a revolution. The SEC's recent move to postpone its decision regarding a possible XRP spot ETF is at the center of the discussion. Regulatory agency delays are nothing new, but this one seems unique. The SEC is delaying its ETF decision until after the Federal Reserve's June interest rate announcement, according to Jack the Rippler. Rumors that the SEC may be motivated more by timing than due diligence are being fueled by this delay. In particular, timing that favors a possible XRP-based settlement of the protracted Ripple dispute. Although it initially seems radical, the concept is receiving a lot of attention. According to influencer John Squire, the SEC might be considering accepting XRP tokens as a component of a settlement with Ripple. If confirmed, this would not only represent a significant change in the SEC's perspective on XRP, but also the start of a new era in cryptocurrency regulation. It also presents an ingenious theory. Authorizing a spot ETF now will increase demand and send XRP's price skyrocketing, increasing the cost of the settlement if the SEC does plan to buy a sizable quantity of XRP for settlement. Given this, the ETF delay can be interpreted as a conscious effort to stifle transient price increases until their legal plan is complete. Here, it's important to comprehend the ETF problem. An investment vehicle known as an exchange-traded fund, ETF, enables investors to obtain exposure to an asset without actually owning it. With a futures exchange-traded fund, ETF, investors are merely placing bets on the price movements of XRP. Actual XRP is not being exchanged. In contrast, a spot ETF necessitates that the fund buy real XRP on the open market, which puts significant upward pressure on the price. This is why it is so important that the ETF be approved at the right time. The SEC's larger intentions may be hampered if XRP rallies too quickly as a result of demand from ETFs, particularly if they want to settle an XRP at a lower price. The SEC's judgment regarding Franklin Templeton's XRP spot ETF has been postponed until June 17th, according to journalist Eleanor Terrett. This supports the idea that the delay was purposeful because it closely resembles the Federal Reserve's interest rate announcement. Additionally, the SEC's legal position would drastically change if it actually intended to accept XRP as payment. Ultimately, it would be illogical for the U.S. government to invest in a property that it continues to openly assert is unlawful or unregistered. Accepting XRP as payment would obliquely confirm its legitimacy and might invite institutional investment. This goes beyond outside conjecture. Bitcoin Barbie recently pointed out that the SEC has already approved ProShares XRP futures ETFs. That action indicates a softer attitude toward XRP products. Even though it has less of an impact than a spot ETF, major figures in the industry have also praised it. The CEO of 10T Holdings, Dan Tapiero, openly showed his admiration for XRP's potential. It indicates that something is shifting behind the scenes when seasoned investors start to express confidence in XRP's long-term function. The most incendiary rumor of all is that XRP might be able to assist the U.S. government in managing its national debt. Rumor has it that the XRP ledger may be used to streamline financial instruments and tokenize bonds, perhaps backed by XRP. The value of the currency would skyrocket if even a small portion of the $34 trillion, 0 cents in U.S. government debt were transferred to the XRP ledger. Because of this, some people are daringly forecasting that XRP may hit triple digits. A year ago, this leap would have looked unthinkable, but now, it doesn't seem so crazy. Interesting, isn't it? But wait, what follows could make all the difference. We're delving into audacious forecasts from leading cryptocurrency analysts, and they're seeing nothing but explosive signs for XRP's future. Wait until you hear what might push XRP into the triple digits. If you thought the ETF delay was significant, This is something you should not miss. To put it plainly, cryptocurrency influencer Steph said, "Congratulations if you're still holding XRP. We're going to get rich." As positive momentum grows, driven not only by ETF speculation and legal clarity, but also by something even more potent, conviction, that view is being reflected throughout the XRP community. And now, those beliefs are being translated into audacious price projections. While XRP Dragon has much greater goals in mind, JXRP thinks $10.00 XRP is on the horizon. Each XRP will reach $10,000.00. Those figures may seem out of control at first, but then you realize they are part of a growing chorus of voices that are questioning the established principles of valuation. Jumping in, Jack the Rippler tweeted, "XRP to $15,000.00? Indeed, that is feasible. Market cap this, market cap that, I know. But adopt a different perspective. Volume is more important than market capitalization." That may sound extreme, but it supports a strong argument that is becoming more and more popular in the cryptocurrency community. John Squire is also breaking down one of the most misinterpreted ideas in cryptocurrency, capitalization of the market. They claim that XRP's market capitalization prevents it from reaching $100.00. He wrote, "Hey bro, you're already behind schedule if you're still making future predictions with Excel logic." Squire contends that market capitalization is not a limiting factor, but rather a vanity metric. Price times circulating supply is a snapshot. However, it fails to take into consideration actual money flows and investor behavior. It would be like to claiming that no one can afford a Ferrari, because to low average salaries to claim that XRP cannot moon because of market capitalization. Stated differently, spreadsheets do not accurately reflect reality. He also brings receipts. In one instance in history, an investment of $80 million, 0 cents, in XRP increased its market capitalization by an astounding $17 billion, 0 cents. Only assets with a limited supply and the potential for explosive demand can support that level of leverage. That's precisely what we're witnessing with XRP. He is supported by the supply dynamics. Only a small portion of XRP is actually being traded, as the great bulk of it is locked up or kept for an extended period of time. When new capital comes in, that scarcity may have a pressure cooker effect, particularly if ETFs allow institutional investors to enter the market. But numbers aren't the only factor here. It has to do with practicality. As Squire reminds us, XRP is not a meme currency. It was designed to facilitate cross-border money transfers. That is a fundamental distinction. Banks, payment networks, and cross-border platforms currently use XRP as a component of their financial infrastructure. XRP isn't just speculative, it's useful, with lightning-fast settlement times and negligible fees. Even Sistine Research analysts see resemblances to the rise of 2017. They claim that XRP's target is between $33.00 and $50.00. Targets may reach $77.00 to $100.00 if you're prepared to measure as a cup and handle. Although the community is aware that the journey has been lengthy, they are also aware of what lies ahead. In the words of 24-Hour Crypto, cryptocurrency is not a really scam to get rapid money. If you're not weak, it's a get-rich plan. Naturally, we also cannot overlook the fact that Ripple is silently working behind the scenes. Global expansion, institutional adoption, and strategic alliances are all underway. Ripple is setting the stage for dominance in the banking industry, but the attention is elsewhere. Everyone will be aware of XRP in the near future, and believe me when